A very good morning. Welcome to the pre-game show. For the first game of the qualifier, Team Malawi playing Cameroon. My name is Naomi Kayondo Bagenda and I am here with Davis Karashani and Innocent Ndaula. I will start with Innocent. What does this qualifier under 19 Division 2 qualifier mean for the 5 teams that are in the tournament?
It's a very beautiful morning here in Entebbe at the Lakeside Oval. Of course, if you all know, this show was supposed to be about 6 teams. Eswatini, of course, missing out on the party for reasons beyond their control. But for the 5 teams here, there's a big prize for them to win. Top 2, of course, do qualify to join Division 1, which will be played later this year in Tanzania. So there is another trip for the young girls to go enjoy their games, show their skills, and continue to fly the flags of their nations at this level.
Thank you, Innocent. Davis, Uganda is not playing in this tournament. It has another level that it is at. What are some of the teams that are already in the main qualifier?
Well, simply put, I think it's important, first of all, to understand that this is an opportunity for young athletes, particularly females, to perhaps get themselves into the names of their nations. So it's an opportunity for them to showcase what they can do for their nations. But besides that, you do speak about the team that is hosting the tournament. Obviously, the country, they only have hosting rights. They're not in this particular tournament because they are in the division a lot higher. That is Uganda, Rwanda, Tanzania, Namibia, Botswana. And if I'm not mistaken, the top 2 teams that will qualify in this tournament. But bottom line is simply that you look at a lot of these younger players looking at the opportunity to represent their countries.
Okay, thank you. Innocent, Entebbe is known and a very good place for cricket. What does this, what do these 7-8 days of cricket mean for the under 19 girls that have traveled from different countries to play cricket here?
What you say Entebbe is green, I can tell you Uganda is green. Not only Entebbe, but you look at the surface that has been made today. The wicket looks good. I was not a batsman in my heyday, but neither was I a rabbit with the bat in hand. So I can tell you that we expect some runs to flow. I'm just a bit worried. The boundary is a little bit bigger, but the young girls love to have fun. And if they have proper fun, the runs are going to flow. And the first one for me is a good cracker. People in Malawi will be tuned in because same time with Uganda, Cameroon, they will be 2 hours behind, but they will tune in and try to catch this one because both countries have a lot of pride. And the girls, when they play, you're going to hear a lot of noise on the park. They're going to play with a lot of passion and they'll put their bodies on the line.
Very well said there, Innocent. Davis, still about Entebbe, having looked at that. A good morning from the Pearl of Africa, Uganda. Happy International Women's Day. Welcome to the ICC T20 Under 19 T20 World Cup Africa Division 2 qualifier. Match number 1, Cameroon playing Malawi. With me is the captain for Malawi, Favor, and the captain for Cameroon, Ate Chris. Malawi being the home team, they will toss and then Cameroon will make the call. Captain Favor, please toss.
Head.
Still.
Boring.
Tails win the toss. Captain Favor, what will you be doing?
We'll start boring.
Okay. Why have you chosen to bowl this morning?
I've chosen boring because the pitch is not proper, so me and my girls will be able to stop runs.
Okay. Good luck with your game. Captain Chris? Good morning. Please move aside. You will be batting first. Is this something that you wanted to do?
Yeah, that's what I wanted to do if I were to win the South African batting.
Okay, good luck in your game.
Thank you.
From the toss, Malawi has won the toss and they've elected to bowl first. Thank you.
Good morning from us at the commentary box. As it is match day number 1
of the ICC Women's Under-19 Division 2 World Cup qualifier. And first up, we'll be having Malawi up against Cameroon. Pristine conditions here at the Entebbe Oval. Do stay with us to find out what transpired at the toss. Well, as we wait for what will be shown in terms of what transpired at the toss, we'll just let you know that it is a 5-nation tournament. All the young ladies that have flown into Uganda, to be precise, at that Entebbe International Airport, they're here for just one thing, the main business, to try and get one of those 2 available slots to ensure that the teams get to that final stage of the qualifier, which will be the Division 1 Under-19 qualifier that will be happening in Tanzania later this year. So it is business here at the Entebbe Cricket Oval. The 2 nations that are first up in the game, Malawi and Cameroon, will know that they want to get an early victory in the tournament and set an early marker. But it is Davis Karashani in the comms box together with Naomi Kayondo Bajenda. Let's give it a second. We're trying to get that footage of what transpired at the toss. Well, just letting you, the viewers, know that yes, the footage of the toss was shared a bit earlier. And in that, Malawi won the toss and elected to bowl first. Malawi walk into this particular tournament as one of the favorites to pick up those 2 slots. And they have already found their voices out there. The Malawi Under-19 ladies, they will know that they want to brace this opportunity. Making full use of it. Very loud out there. Naomi Kayondo, you are with the 2 captains at the toss and a very good friend of yours, who is the tournament referee or the match official in this particular one. What did you make of the toss and the decision to bowl first?
Thank you, Davis. Good morning. At the toss, the Malawian captain Favor chose to bowl first. Quite a decision there. But the Cameroon captain, Ate Chris, also felt they had wanted to bat first. So looks like it went the best way for both teams, as Malawi wanted to bowl first and it did win the toss. And Cameroon wanted to bat first and they were asked to bat first. So for both teams, they are doing exactly what they wanted to do this morning. Very interesting start here at the qualifier. Julia Chibaba, tournament referee, just taking the girls through what is expected of them, and a great way to start.
Well, as we get proceedings underway, important to mention is that the 2 batters out there, just taking a quick change of who will take strike. Cameroon coming to the tournament, they'll be hoping to try and make a name for themselves, try and get over this particular match. Start well as they try and push for those 2 slots.
Maybe so quick we go through the 11. Winnie Matabwa, Doreen Malio, the ones taking for Malawi this morning.
Well, just a quick run through the Cameroon side is the captain, Kelly Fulai, Zhang Precious Chang, Tekwe Rama, Akamba Gisele, Fakaut Sanang, Mausa, Mengenu, Clara, Akele Doris, Nanfak, Doklas, Clay Nirina, Gelma Ochele, and Joy Monica. Malawi starting things off already. They have found their voices out there. Opening the bowling for them is Esther Richard. She is in high spirits already. Good to see there from the young fast bowler. Richard already trying to bowl that in the block hole. You can see that she has that intention of trying to go straight into the bullseye. Interesting field set here for the Malawi under 19 side. They have the long off and the long on deployed down the boundary. That perhaps possible. First runs on the board there for Cameroon. They will not mind that the first runs have actually come regardless. They will take the wide, and Cameroon are underway. Well, Clara is on strike. Should be hoping to get off the mark. Get off the mark, she attempts a scamp. Run out opportunity not taken. It is happening here at the Entebbe Cricket on March. Clara, it's all happening here. Well, Malawi will feel that they might have missed out on an opportunity of picking up a wicket there. There was an opportunity on the... Instructions coming loud and clear from that camera. We are in for a very interesting tournament.
Davis, very interesting. This 6-7 days. There we see a princess just helping Clara just get it. In the first.
Well, the captain for Cameroon, Kelly Fulai, walks in at one drop. Perhaps wouldn't have expected walking in the first over, but it is what it is. She's got to deal with the cards that she's dealt. She'll know that she needs to play a bit of a, you feel like an anchor role to ensure that perhaps Cameroon can get the attempt to get a decent score going. She don't spend some time there and ensure that she holds at least one end. I've already been impressed by Esther Richard. She seems to want to bowl very full and straight. Her tactic is you miss and hit. And there it is, unfortunately, for the captain, Fulai Kelly. She's cleaned up, first up. She hasn't troubled the scorers. And Cameroon are in trouble at 1 for the loss of 2 wickets.
The excitement here at the Entebbe Cricket Oval has Malawi written all over it. Picking their second wicket. Seems like everything is going according to plan. Captain Favor chose to bowl first. Seems to be picking fruits from that decision. Cameroon side will know that there's work to be done, considering that the captain is still out there on the wicket. Captain not being able to do much, but the team will know that they have to stay there. Doris walks in. Number 4. Have to build a partnership. But for Esther, That trick ball there. Min is an which will be a
Unfortunately for Richard, hit the bullseye. It have been a fantastic moment, a record-making moment for her. But Malawi will be glad with their work in the first over. Cameroon are 1 for the loss of 2 after 1. Opening the ball from the airport end is Princess Chidatha. She'll be hoping to do anything if she can actually look to try and replicate exactly what Richard Esther has done in the opening over of the tournament. Malawi will simply have justified their decision to ball first. What to do for the two batters out there for Cameroon? To see Naomi, the Malawi fielders, you can see they're all in it. They have dedicated to put their bodies on the line and make a name for themselves. Scamper through for a single, and they do get home and dry. Well, the Malawi voices continue to ring a bit of a melodious symphony of sorts. They'll know that if they can manage to restrict Cameroon to anything below, I had thought about that 40-50 run mark, anything below that, they'll be happy with their work. Pick out the edge for the field. Unfortunately, the fielder comes second in that race. First boundary for Cameroon.
And the quick single is taken there. It's great the Malawian fielders out there on their toes. But the Cameroon batters know that they have to keep that scoreboard ticking, because a very small score will not be able to, they will not be able to.
Well, a good first half of that particular over. Fact that Cameroon have actually picked up a boundary already and managed to scamper through for a single. You feel like Cameroon will feel like this has been so far a good over. They can manage to keep out any good deliveries and try and keep that wicket column just to 2. They look to rebuild their inning. Drop and run tactic. Scamper through for a single, and they manage to get home and dry. Very strange. They're right in front of 3 fielders from Malawi. They would have felt they could have done a lot better with that one.
Well, the Cameroon ladies also seem to be running those quick in between the wickets, but that does not stop the Malawi fielders from, keeping the noise going, keeping awake. At this level, Davis under 19, one of the key instructions is stay awake. That explains why there's a lot of encouraging and motivating the fielder other. Princess there gets a change of mind, but the fielders are very alert. Very good show here of cricket for the under 19 girls.
Well, that into the second. A very productive over here for Cameroon. They feel that they're back into this particular game. Apologies there. We yet to sort out the graphics to see what the total is. But you feel at this particular stage, the game is still very evenly poised. 2 wickets have fallen for Cameroon. But Cameroon, at least they've had a very good over in the past. That second over turned out very well for them. Green past it. Well, green past pristine conditions here. Overlooking amazing. Sun is out. Having a look at the wicket earlier, looked like a belter of a wicket. Esther Richard is back for a second. Drop and run yet again. They scamper through for a single. And yet again, the Malawi fielders are yet to hit the bullseye. Feel like there have been a couple of run-out half chances not taken by the fielders of Malawi.
There is not the kind of throw that you want to see for attempting to get a run out there from the fielder at cover region, but that gives Cameroon an opportunity to complete their quick run there. Esther there bowling that wide. And for the Cameroon batter, she's not shy to just let it go. That's Akele. Not shy to let it go. Anything behind her, not interested. Not attempting to hit that ball.
No man to pick your brain as a former captain, of course, of, if I'm not mistaken, the baby. Oh! That's well left. The batter there wasn't too sure what was happening. Now again, I want to put you on the spot as a former captain, not only of just the Victoria Pulse, but even the baby Victoria Pulse. You feel like when you look at the field set, they have a long on and long off at the boundary. And yet when you look at how the Cameroon batters are batting, they seem to want to simply drop and run. Wouldn't you be tempted to try and bring the fielders a lot closer?
Davis, very well put. There's not been so much of attempts to hit that ball anything out here. So it would be a good, considering that they've also been taking a couple of quick, it would be a good idea to have the fielders come in. Motivation and encouragement here by the fielders.
Well, Esther Richard continued back from that end, golf course end. She's been the bowler that's picked up those 2 wickets. You feel that she's been the more attacking of the 2 opening bowlers so far. Yet again, bowls that very straight, but fortunately for the batter this time, gets the outside half of the bat. Picks up yet another single. I like the approach for me from Cameroon. They have not been deterred. Even if they have lost 2 wickets, they've been able to try and continue trying to pick up a couple of runs as and when the opportunity has come through. But with that single brings an end to the third. Score is 13 for 2.
Umpire Veronica Iriho there from Rwanda. Very experienced umpire there, helping the batter. Davis, at this level, there's a lot of spirit of the game. We're seeing players help out each other. The umpires be kind enough to help out the players just to ensure that their equipment is well set. Safety is important for the players.
About the spirit itself, I don't think there's a better day for us to be speaking about the spirit than this day, International Women's Day. Loud appeal there for caught behind. Umpire totally not interested. Now, the significance of this particular day, the International Women's Day. Speaking about, obviously, it's a background where it came from. The very strong women that stood the times then, the Margaret Thatchers of this world, showing that women's rights would stop being trampled upon. Speak about women. Good to see Princess stringing together a couple of dot balls. But yeah, now again, put on the spot the significance of the day itself.
Well, Davis, seeing that the women are celebrated on this day, won the rights, but also the space and the opportunity for the women to excel, to shine. Very good plan there, and a day is a great way to celebrate the women, particularly today, as we see who are down here in Uganda to exhibit quality cricket their level. And it is a celebration. It really will, I guess, throughout the week and throughout the month, Davis.
Any particular special occasions for yourself, Naomi? Of course, you are the solitary lady commentator in the comments box. We're extremely honored to be with. But we also know that you got the opportunity and the grace to be the lead commentator in the tournament. We did see you earlier on at the toss. Perhaps we'll see you as well at the post-match presentation. So it's initiatives that, like those, that look to try and even up the spaces. It's a form of affirmative action for women to allow them get into these spaces, and not just get into them, but actually do well. Please, that you not to say such things. Well, I think I would have done a disservice, Naomi, if I did not ask you for perhaps one or two, or even better, three ladies that you feel have been very significant, not only in women's cricket in Uganda, but generally are the ladies that have been at the forefront of ensuring that the women's game international actually gets the much needed recognition. We know that for a while, a long time, there was no pathway for under 19 women's cricket. However, that actually eventually happened, and is the reason we are here today.
Davis, as Cameroon continue to pile some single runs there. You know that that's the person men's cricket in Uganda. So I celebrate her today. She's done in Uganda. Get to this level where women's cricket is, been at it for over 24 years. That's one of those that I can speak about.
Of course, not forgetting the significant work that Madame, unfortunately deceased, may her soul rest in peace, Patricia, who was obviously a very, very formidable contributor to women's cricket on the continent. We can't thank her enough. And it is her hard work that the young ladies today enjoy the fruits of. Of course, there have been a couple of other contributors to international women's cricket itself. Melinda Clark, if I'm not mistaken, the Australian great. I know a couple of English ladies in there that have actually had a significant impact in the women's sport. So it's good to see that the women's sport has grown from strength to strength to the level that it is at today. I think most probably today we'll be seeing Alyssa Haley finally retiring from international cricket after 16 years of playing for Australia. It is a significant day, and those are some of the contributors to the women's game that we cannot thank enough.
Very well said there, Davis. Actually, Madame Patricia never leaves my mind for that, contribution that she's made for women's cricket. But also as an individual, she was that kind of person who would, speak to players, to administrators, and keep encouraging them to continue the work that is done in women in sports.
Well, in that breath, we're very sure that there are a couple of other very strong women that have made significant impact in the nations, the associated nations that are on the African continent, and perhaps we may unfortunately not be able to mention them all, but wherever they are, just know that in the comments box this particular morning, we are very thankful for the work that you've actually put in. About the cricket here, Malawi, you feel that be the happy of the two at this particular stage. They are 17. They have Cameroon at 17 for the loss of 2 wickets. But you feel after picking up 2 wickets in the past over. You feel Cameroon has actually done a decent recovery job at this stage now?
Esther delivering from the golf course end. Good figures after bowling 2.2 overs, only conceding 7 runs, but picking up the 2 wickets that Malawi have so far picked this morning.
Yet again, another run-out opportunity goes begging. Fielder unfortunately was not able to get that back into the where the wicketkeeper wanted it to effect the run-out. And the Cameroon batters continue to put together a decent partnership and get to anywhere around that 6 or 7 run mark. It is Entebbe cricket oval, a lakeside oval, beautiful oval it is. Those that have had the opportunity and the honor to play at the oval could continue to shower a lot of flirtatious, but a lot of good words about the oval. Butters campers through for a single. This time run out opportunity. Yet again, another opportunity goes begging. Malawi will feel that they have a lot of work to do in effecting those runouts. A lot of chances have gone their way, but have not been taken.
Missed opportunity there with just a catch. Attempt to the stumps run out. She needs to be reminded that try and hit that base. Opportunity for a run out can be sealed off there, but opportunity for another catch there.
But it's all happening here at the oval itself, the Entebbe oval. Chances actually coming as in thick and fast. Chances not being taken. Cameroon will not mind that. Feel like the Malawi fielders have been caught napping a little bit. The bowlers would need that extra bit of support from their fielders. But the Cameroon dugout have found their voices. They know that they are literally getting together a partnership. Great work there from the youngster. That Esther Richards, she's brought some very good deliveries, beating the outside edge in that particular delivery to bring an end to the 5th. Cameroon at 20 for 2 after 5. There is a bowling change, first bowling change of this particular match and of the tournament. So from the airport end, and Winnie Matabwa is the bowler that's been tasked to come, perhaps look to try and effect or pick up yet another wicket. Chance not taken. I feel like Cameroon are living a little bit dangerously, giving out a bit of opportunities. Malawi bowlers and fielders yet to take up any of those.
There's been very many opportunities that have been made. Kelly, they're just playing it slightly above Winnie. Well, she lives to die another day, not today.
I like that bit of symphony there from the Malawi fielders. Bit of a choir, you would say, of sorts. Run out opportunity yet again. And yet another one not taken. The batters from Cameroon continue to scamper through. It's a bit of a drop and run tactic. So far it's yielded dividends for them.
Very well said there, Davis. But also that these Malawian fielders know exactly where to stand behind the stumps to just create that opportunity for a run out.
Good delivery again from Winnie. It's a decent pace. I like the fact that she's bowled in reasonably good areas, except that one that she bowled a bit too straight and went down the leg side. But others, again, as you said, now mean that tournament kind of preview feel that this tournament is going to be very close. One bit, it's not as obvious to quickly predict who the top two teams in the tournament that will get qualification will actually be.
Tekwe attempting to go across the line, maybe thinking of taking on Winnie, but she's not successful there because there was no furniture to that ball. But I think the intention is what we are seeing here, trying to step up in terms of the run rate after the first 5 overs.
Right down the leg side here, second in the over for her. I feel like she'll want to at least stay on that line of slightly outside of stump. Try not to allow the batters not just as much width, but shouldn't allow a lot of extras in this particular game. This tournament will come down to which team is able to execute their basics best. And you feel that column, that extras column, very important in determining which teams get promoted.
We need delivering that one to the body line. Tekwe, not so skilled to play that away from her body. But I guess the idea is that as long as it doesn't hit you and you do not get injured, place it away. If the opportunity for a run is there, then take it.
Well, now West African cricket has really been on the rise. But I'll get to that point immediately after when we resume the next phase of play. But after the power play, Cameroon at 20th. Well, at the end of the power play, there will be a change in bowling from that goal. And yourself to come in and bowl. What? When you look at the field set, you get a feeling that it's poorly, some bit of off spin. So after to bring herself at a very important time, she would be hoping that if she can try and keep the Cameroon batters quiet, she would have done a good job for her side. But speaking about the progress and the development of our cricket in West Africa, I feel they've been on a very upward trajectory. And this tournament has 2 West African countries in Cameroon and Sierra Leone. They'll be hoping to find a way. Of course, we can't forget that the last time in those Division 1 under-19 qualifiers, that slot was taken up by Nigeria, a West African team. So they would want to ensure that they keep pushing the other nations on the continent to try and make a full name for themselves. If they can get 3 to 4 formidable West African sides in the women's game, you feel that they will be the happier. They'll be very happy with the returns in this particular tournament.
Very well said there, Davis. West African cricket is really peaking and improving. We've seen the Nigerians play at the different levels. I've also been to the World Cup under 19. So those are good trends for West Africa. And like you said, once they build as a region, we'll see very many more West African tournaments, just like we've had a couple of those in the East African region. Short break there as Akele gets to change her helmet, just to ensure that safety is at the front of the game that is being played here. The umpires will let that happen. And it is important that these under-19 girls embrace safety while playing the game of cricket, even at this level.
Well, 5-nation tournament it is. 2 West African nations, 2 South African nations, and Kenya, the East African nation. We did speak about it, that unfortunate scenario whereby, unfortunately, Eswatini were not able to take that 6th place in this tournament. But Favor will operate from that golf course end. Unfortunately for her, she starts off by bowling that one a bit too straight. That is quickly adjudged as wide. Not just one wide, but they managed to scamper through for 2 runs. So that will cost her team 3 runs before a single delivery is bowled. A single ball, legitimate ball is bowled.
Well, on the field setup there, Favour has set out that long on region, deep mid wicket and deep square leg just to protect herself. But she's still delivering it down the leg. Not a good way to start for the captain, but in the captain's presser, she said they need to believe in themselves. As a team, work together and they will be successful.
Bit of a beamer there, unfortunately, from our Favour. That's judged as a no ball. Do you know that obviously every no ball, regardless of how, with the advent of started off with a foot fault no ball, but now we know that any no ball, the following delivery will be a free hit. Very fortunate for Favour. She doesn't get punished for it. Just taking a quick look at the way she bowls, you feel like she bowls with that round arm kind of action. I'm not too sure then if she's bowling off spin. It might be a little bit of those little leg cutters. Something that Konsi Aweko made a career out of. That Ugandan very formidable spinner. Chance in the air. Unfortunately, chance not taken. The scamper through for a single. Yet again, second chance on that delivery not taken. The fielding of Malawi is being put really to the test, and it's a test that they're not passing with flying colors.
Dropped catch there, and then an overthrow. The Cameroon dugout is excited because they've gotten one. Their batter stays on the wicket, but also they've gotten 2 runs there from what would have been an opportunity taken by Malawi.
Very well bowled again. I'm still very intrigued by that action there from our Favour. Those little leg cutters. They're looking very effective. She created an opportunity. Chance wasn't taken. But as we did mention earlier, it's that fielding lapse from the Malawi fielders that is, you feel that has cost them so far. They would have probably picked up a couple of runouts or other opportunities. But that's not happened, and Cameroon won't mind.
Coach Kyle there in the presser talked about the fact that they've been playing some game simulations. And I'm sure he's taking notes, especially with the fielding part. Seem not to have good backup there, dropping a couple of catches. But they're also here to learn. I'm sure the coach is taking those notes and ensuring that, you know, the games that they play after today will be much better.
Goes for a wild slog. Gets a bit of butt on it, and they manage to come through for it. Well, a good passage of play here for Cameroon. They have managed to find some able batters put together. And with the end of that particular over, the 7th over, Cameroon are 31 for 2. Just that one solitary over from Winnie. And Favour opts to perhaps go to another option in Bridget. Kasinja. She appears to be left arm orthodox. Ooh. Interesting action there from the youngster. But starts off with a dot ball. Now, again, we did speak about it on a slightly different platform. We felt that the slow bowling will provide a lot of the questions to a lot of the players in the tournament. Is it something perhaps you'd look at deeply if you were in perhaps one of the dugouts of the two sides?
Davis, at this level, the girls are looking to hit everything. So everything that comes a bit slow, while at it, Bridget picks her first wicket, hitting the pad of takeaway, and the umpire gives it out LBW. The Malawian fielders will be very, very happy about the third wicket that has been picked.
Well, interesting there from the Cameroon dugout and the attitude of the Cameroon players whenever they either are walking on to bat. Walking on, man, exactly, may not be the right wording. I like the fact that they run onto the wicket. Probably a bit of an indication of their excitement of wanting to get out there and taking care of the business. But Bridget strikes in her first over. Picks up a wicket and Cameroon lose their third. Score is a 31 for 3. And Cameroon will need to find another batter to find a way of getting this partnership going. Now we are speaking about the tests that come with the slow bowling, especially from in underage cricket, and just how effective it is in penetrating or keeping things quiet at this kind of level.
At this level, there's that desire to hit the ball as hard as possible. But most times the success rates are not as high as you'd want them to be.
Spoken with a lot of experience there. I don't remember you hitting a number of sixes. I could be wrong. Just don't remember. But I know you are very effective with a bat in hand, especially pouncing on anything full and straight, muscling a couple of drives through the covers. But now, Mia, take us through what exactly you're talking about.
The success rate of those, cross bats and trying to hit that ball as hard as possible are not as high as they would be in the senior women's team. Yeah. But it just keeps the ladies going. As you can see, the coach knows that there is an attempt to hit that ball hard, so you have about 2-3 fielders on the rope to protect Bridget, and she picks her second wicket, making it the fourth for Malawi, disorganizing the furniture for Akele, who has been holding fort for Team Cameroon.
Well, there it is. Cameroon lose their 2 set batters. Unfortunately for them is that now they find 2 new batters at the wicket who will have to do another rebuilding phase. But Bridget is doing an excellent job. She's answered her captain's call. She's picked up 2 wickets in her first over. I like the fact that both spinners that we've seen so far, Favor and Akel and Bridget, they seem to bowl with that round arm kind of action. Doesn't get a lot of raves on it, but the fact that they bowl as straight as possible, it's already yielded turns. And Cameroon find themselves with 2 new batters out there. Kameni Elomo walks on. The full and straight delivery. Run out opportunity. Unfortunately, the fielder scampers that one. The batter scampered through for a single. But with that single, brings an end to the 8th over. Cameroon are 33 for 4.
In your frame there, Sierra Leone cricket. Very happy to watch the games today, as they will not be in action today, but they will be in action tomorrow. Very good idea for them to come down early and see how the wicket is playing just before they get engaged tomorrow morning.
Flava continues to operate from that golf club end. And the Malawi Symphony has not got, still have their voices out there. It's good to see that the youngsters out there are looking to enjoy themselves, enjoy the experience, not to take over. Let's call for a run. Unfortunately, the non-striker sends her back.
Davis, I like the way Kamen is trying to hit that ball. It doesn't have much power to it, but the intention is what looks very good out here. And I wish he could hit it a bit harder to get that comfortable single.
Speaking about the things you've liked, especially from you said Kameni, that intention, that bit of aggressive nature in her. I've already become a fan of her flavor. I like the way she tosses the ball up in her run-up as she comes to deliver the ball. Something that you do not see too often. So for me, I like it. She doesn't do it as often, but it actually happens. And then she delivers her round arm action. It's looking very effective so far at this stage.
I guess it is those small things that as bowlers you would continue to use just to play on the psyche of the batter. Not sure whether she knows what that means to the batter, but very good thing to see out here.
So you like the innocence. They do not have to think too hard. They just need to go out there and enjoy themselves. It's Camper for a single. Oh. Fielders unable to get hold of that one first time.
Kameni there finally gets some fruit of that intention. Despite the shabby fielding out there. But she gets a run, adding on the second after facing 6 balls.
Did you see yet again, Flavor managing to toss that delivery? I wish our production team could actually give us one of those videos. But with that over, that dot ball brings an end to the 9th. And Cameroon are 34 for 4. Well, Bridget will continue to operate from the airport end. Picked up 2 wickets in her first over of asking. Continues with her round arm kind of deliveries. Something we've seen very commonly with the Aksa Patel, that Indian all-rounder. Speaking about India now, you and I know what is happening later on today. A lot of eyes will be on what will be happening at the Narendra Modi Stadium in Ahmedabad. And Bridget strikes yet again, cleans up. The batter picks up her third. And that celebration from Bridget.
What a celebration there by Bridget. She seems to have it all easy. Just giving the ball some flight and picking the wicket so easily. Cameroon have a lot more work to do. Good proceedings here for Team Malawi. In a replay there. It's that dance, it's that wiggle there by Bridget, showing off a few of those skills. And at the end of it all, enjoying the game of cricket.
A great side there from Bridget in your frames there. She's not only a more than handy left-arm orthodox bowler, but she's also shown a bit of her dance skills. That's what you want to see. Yet again, testament to the great work and the intentions of celebrating this International Women's Day. Malawi are in cruise control of this one with half the side of the Cameroon batters sent back the dugout. Malawi will want to make light work of the rest of the tail. That's hit, but hit straight into the waiting hands of the field at square leg. And that's back-to-back wickets for Bridget. And she will be on a hat-trick ball yet again. Another opportunity for her to pick up a hat-trick.
Very good proceedings there for Bridget, picking the 4th wicket. For Team Malawi, I'm sure the coach is happy with the catches that are being taken, considering that a few have been dropped earlier. And Malawi seem to be holding Cameroon to that score, Davis, that you projected or anticipated. I will be waiting to hear what our fellow commentator Innocent says when he gets into this box in a few balls from now.
Speaking about balls, well, it is a hat-trick ball for the youngster Bridget. Second time in this particular match that a hat-trick opportunity has been availed. And unfortunately, yet again, this time, another hat-trick opportunity not taken by the Scamper for a single run-out opportunity. And yes, this time around, the young Malawi Flames, this time effect a run-out, first run-out for them. And Cameroon lose their 7th wicket. The wheels are coming off here in Cameroon's inning.
Celebration there for Team Malawi. I've seen a few somersaults. Davis there on the wicket. Not sure when I last saw one of those. They're playing wicket, but it just shows the excitement that the ladies from Malawi have after picking that 7th wicket. Captain Favor there in the presser said that they are believing in themselves. They have put in the work, they have trained, and they are believing in themselves to deliver a good brand of cricket. Watching that bowler there, Bridget, pulling off a few dance strokes on this great day, the International Women's Day.
Well, now you feel that perhaps if there's anyone on this ground who has shown their hand, it is the DJ. The DJ is playing some amapiano music. We know that it heavily originates from the southern part of Africa, and music that was already enjoyed by the Malawi fielders out there, putting off some dance moves. But Cameroon find themselves in a bit of trouble, especially after they lost those 2 set batters. They actually lost those 2 batters when the score was reading 31. And from 31 for 2, they are now 34 for 6. A little bit of trouble. The wickets are falling in clusters, the middle wickets. So Bridget continues to trouble the batters out there. She's not only picked up 4 wickets for herself, but she's not conceded many. To be exact, she's only conceded 2 runs in the 10 deliveries she's bowled. Exceptional stuff from her.
Sending it wide, must be the excitement. Sends that one wide, and Cameroon are very happy to get that extra run because the scoreboard has not moved much since their last 2 set batters were dismissed.
Well, the commentators cast strikes just when I had praised her bowling figures. She then bowled one down the leg side, sitting a wide. But this time round, with that single, brings an end to the 10th, and at the halfway stage of the inning, Cameroon find themselves at 37 for the loss of 7 wickets. So continue to bring you this broadcast coming all the way from Entebbe. Entebbe is in the Pearl of Africa, Uganda. So did mention that it is the halfway stage of the inning of the Cameroon batters. Malawi won the toss earlier on and elected to bowl first, a decision that has been justified by the bowlers. But there is a change in the comms box as Naomi Kayono takes a break. I welcome Innocent Muganda and Daula. Innocent, very good morning to you and welcome.
Good morning, Davis. Look at this. I come in the box with a run out. Do they miss it? Yes. What a mess from Favor, the skipper. She could have run to the wickets and then rearranged the furniture. Instead, she throws the ball, and what a miss. No bullseye hit for her.
Speaking about a couple of people, of course, that have opted to hold the ball and run and then hit the bullseye. So that very famous one from Jonty Rhodes against, I think, Inzamam in one of those World Cups. So sometimes it is a better option just holding the ball, especially if the batter is way out of their crease. Favour didn't take that option, and unfortunately for her, she didn't pick any returns off it.
Batter was nowhere in the frame. But she survives. Did you ever think Muganda could ever be a name of anyone? When did you know my name was Muganda? My other name was Muganda.
Well, I know you have a couple of other names. Now may not be the platform to bring them out. I'll also know that I'm not the person that baptized you, so I'll not bring out all your names. But yes, I've also known that you are called Muganda for a long time. I've known you for over 15 to 20 years, so surely that would not have been the world's biggest secret that you would have been perhaps trying to hide and keep away from us. And I also know that I am amidst greatness, and the royals themselves, some royal blood from the Buganda kingdom, one of the biggest kingdoms in Uganda. Of course, you guys coming from that royal family, or the clan itself, yourself and Naomi Kayondo. I would have said Zemu Kopi Mumwe.
Trying to paint a flowery picture after okay to himself not to give her his age, saying only 15. I carried Davis. I've known him for 30 years. Light on offer, not tucked out very nicely, but they will take the single there. Sakinatu operating in singles here. Cameroon here to fight. They have never played in the Division 1 at this level. They'll look at this as an opportunity. Kenya and Botswana have been bossing this division. Botswana this time round saying we will hold fort and stay there. So not part of this qualifier. It's the 5 here in town. Eswatini missing out on the party in the Pearl of Africa. About the Pearl of Africa, there were rains overnight here in Entebbe. We're just next to the lakeside, the second largest freshwater source in the world. But guess what? We're able to play another world, another country. You would never play cricket on today if you trained overnight.
Couldn't have said it any better. That's testament to the great weather that Uganda does possess. Of course, the fact that they lie on that equatorial region gives you an indication that we will get a lot of good weather all year round. And a lot of the teams will be, and the viewers out there will be hoping that the weather can stay fantastic for cricket. As Favour continues to string it together a couple of dot balls here, they'll want to finish things off and make light work of the ranches.
Look at this, running to, no, empty. Running on empty fumes, and they pay the price. Look what they've done. Running themselves down the river. No call, nothing whatsoever. You miss the ball, didn't know where it's gone, and then you take off. You run into the fuso there, packed one. You perish, you die. 8th done, and the score is now 38 for 8.
Kadidos in there, as you can see in the replay. No call at all. Didn't seem like there was a run there. The ball was a bit too close to the field, and the wicketkeeper does the easier part of the job and cleans that up, takes the bells off easily. Innocent, again, I want to put you on the spot. I nearly put Naomi on the spot here. Based on what will be happening in that 100,000-seater Narendra Modi Stadium in Ahmedabad, where the host nation will be taking on the Black Caps in what many believe will be a mouth-watering T20 final.
I love to trend on history, and I love statistics. And I tell you what, he's going to be packed 110,000 fans, screaming with the lots of Indian legends. You've seen them there coming out with the advertising boards on their chests, wearing all those bigger sponsors that do give them a penny or two in their retirement. As you look at here, the tail enders trying to milk some few runs there. Foku, Sanyang, and Sakinatu. Foku, of course, the one that has just walked in. But I tell you, there could be just over 100 fans supporting the Black Caps, with the rest of the 110,000 people 98% of the people in that stadium will be supporting the Indians. A sea of blue chanting, singing, and the silence will be very loud. Even a pin drop could be heard whenever a wicket falls. Watch out for the final.
Yes, and you and I know that what will really matter is not what will be happening in the crowd, but what will be happening between those 22 yards.
The 22 yards, Davis, to take you just a little back, we've seen how New Zealand have nominated the Indians in the last couple of series in T20s, in ODIs, and in Test cricket. And they're not strangers at the big stage. They came up a cropper in the West Indies, never got out of the group stage. But I tell you what, the big boy is gone, Ken Williamson, everyone thinking New Zealand will go down the drain, see what comes up. People like Finn Ellen are scoring runs for fun. In the air, oh no! Eva Kabwere almost held into a golden chance there. That was going to be a spectacular catch from Favor. I beg your pardon, not Eva. Favor Piliesi. Talk about Eva. She plays for the senior team and wears shirt 9. So forgive me when I mix up the names being on the stage. You learn quickly.
Before we get back to the final, I was talking about that round-arm action there from that youngster Bridget. We're looking at that replay there. Nearly took a blinder there, the captain Favor. Fortunately for it, did not stick. But innocent, as a former left-arm orthodox spinner, give us some context.
Bridget Kasinja there. What that left arm does, Davis, and I was a guilty party. Many times I bowled that particular round arm, and the ball came back without me knowing too much about it. Yeah, because it comes back with the arm.
It more often than not will create a bit of that arm ball, and you get a lot of right-hand batters trying to play for the turn. So if there's no turn from that delivery, it ends up becoming a delivery that clatters into your stumps, especially if you're right-hand batter. It's something that Akil Hossain of the West Indies does very, very well. He's among the top 3 T20 bowlers in the world. So it's a tactic that we've seen a lot of left-arm spinners pick up on very recently. Now, innocent yet again, I do not think we give enough credit to the man and woman who are standing out there in that black trouser and a pink top. Maybe add context to what exactly the significance of those two out there is.
What they do at this stage, and that's why you see in World Cricket, they bring out the very best to do such tournaments. Of course, Veronica Iriho from Rwanda here to earn her stripes. A very good way for her to get her ICC career going. But on the other end, there is Isaac Oyeko, over 100. Beg your pardon, that is Sharon Atula from Uganda. She is on debut in the ICC tournaments, but she's done 20 games, international ones. She's been around the Pearl of Castle show. She's been learning on the job, and now the ICC feels it's time to reward her. But we'll end the over quickly. We'll come back with those stories at 39 for 8 after 12. If he's talking about the umpires out there in the middle, on this other end, Isaac Oyeko bring all the experience, because as an umpire there, you are not just trying to give them out, but you're also teaching them the game, the basics, and advising them here and there, because at this stage, it's all about learning and having fun. The ICC trying to catch them young, and the only way to catch them young is to make sure they're having fun.
And I said it, and of course, Isaac Oyeko brings in a lot of experience. Run out opportunity. This time the batters managed to get through unharmed. Speaking about the experience that Isaac Oyeko does bring to the technical, what you would have called the officials of the tournament. He's been out there for quite a number of ICC events and T20 International. So you'll know more than a thing or two, especially in terms of managing, being able to manage the play out there. Well, Favor is back for her fourth and final over. That's hit in the air. Doesn't get to the fielder. Cameroon don't mind that. They've broken that ceiling. They're into their 40s at this particular stage. If they can find of getting that 50-run mark, you feel that they would have put on a decent score and asked some tough questions of Malawi in the second inning.
Listen to these numbers, Davis. Isaac Oyeko, 46-year-old. He's done 5 ODIs. He's done 73 T20Is. He's done 33 women T20Is. He's done a first-class game, 14 List A games, and 3 T20s. And he stood in as a TV umpire, the referees once. And there's a run out there, as we're talking about, who raises the dreaded finger and says, yes, you're out. Wicket number 9 will fall. The fielders of Malawi started up with some lapse in concentration, especially sluggishness in the field, but they have risen to the occasion. And from dropping catches early on, Coach Kyle will be happy that the Queens from Malawi are now restricting and running traffic here, as it should be for their country and for their team.
But she comes to the ball and literally close out her final over. Straight to the fielder. Over the stumps. Easy decision there for the umpire, Isaac Aweko. The button nowhere in the frame. And great work there from the wicketkeeper to simply collect Angela. Good work from her. She's effected quite a number of runouts already in the tournament, and that's what you want to see. You want to see a lot of the youngsters get their basics right early on in their careers. As you know that the fundamentals or the basics of the game are what a lot of the elite players look to try and rely on. So you find a lot of challenges if you have not gotten your basics in order. Speaking about basics, Cameroon find themselves with just 1 wicket away from closing out their inning. They are at 41 for the loss of 9. Favor will be hoping she can simply finish the proceedings off here.
Nobody wants to catch that one. 3 fielders all around it. Nobody takes the catch. 41 for 9. We are in the evening of a game, yet it's still morning in Kampala. Free hit there. That will be an extra run. 42 now. It coming up. Someone here pushing the button. She's not in the comments box. I don't know why she's pushing the panic button for us to talk about the predictions early on. Well, bygones are bygones.
How convenient, innocent.
Free hit not punished. Of course, Sharon Atola, who is standing now in the middle, their own debut in ICC events. But I tell you what, her reputation is growing and there is no blemish, all stains on her career. 2 T20 Is already for her, and 25 women T20 Is for her. So 25 plus 2 make that 27. She's done more women's games. And here in the ICC events, this will not count as T20I.
Well done, Innocent, on quickly picking up the calculator to find out what 25 plus 2 actually gives you. So kudos to you on that one. But yeah, just testament to how well Sharon Athola has done in making a name for herself. As one of those umpires out there, we can only wish her the very, very best. She continues to grow from strength to strength.
And where she deserves more flowers is that it's International Women's Day. And she's proudly standing out there in the middle as a former Victoria Pearls international. A last hit of the ball back in the day and very aggressive in the field. But as an umpire, there's no aggressiveness needed. You've got to be very calm.
Some of the biggest aggression you'll probably see today is the opening duos of those teams that will be playing in that final. The opening duo from India, one that has not been very successful, you would say, especially the number 1 T20 batter, Abhishek Sharma. He's struggling to buy a run. On the flip side, Tim Seyfield together with Finn Allen have been exceptional, very dominating in that T20 World Cup. But that dot ball brings an end to the over, and the end of Favour's quarter. Cameroon at 42 for the loss of 9.
The people watching and listening from the stream, we love you, we greet you. Hope you're enjoying the vibes coming from the Pearl of Africa. At least 50 people have been watching on the stream. It's all good vibes. Unable to see the comments, but we'll bring you the vibes. Davis, everyone reminding you that world cricket is unforgiving. You are found out easily. Abhishek Sharma will be the first one to put up his hand and say, yes, people have known I'm not a cricketer, I'm a hacker. A golf of sorts. The man just swings widely through the line and hopes beyond hope that he can connect.
And you and I know that hope is a very dangerous thing. Hope is never a strategy. But Abridjan is back for her 4th and final over. She's been extremely destructive for Malawi. She's been the thorn in the flesh for Cameroon. She picked up 4 wickets for just 5 runs. She'll be hoping she can wrap things up here and pick up a 5er for her, which will be an amazing record if she can do that.
There we are, Davis. And India also learning a lesson or two that there is never a forgotten man or a forgotten lady. And if you're good, you don't need luck. Rodriguez doing it for them, for the women. And then Sanju Samson holding fort and keeping his fingers crossed that his chance will come through. And when it came through, boy, oh boy, has been striker. This is it. This is the final nail in the coffin for Team Cameroon. They will be all out trying to steal a run at the very end, never learning anything and forgetting anything from the previous dismissals. Run out it was before, and now run out as the scores do end on 42, all out in just 13.4 overs. Sakinatu and Akamba running deep down in the river. All over first innings of the tournament. 42, Davis Karashani, he almost got it right with the predictions.
Yeah, but looking at that, the replay there, straight into the keeper's gloves. The celebration from the youngster there, Angela. We should know that they have made light work and justified the decision of their captain of bowling first. They have cleaned up Cameroon for just 42 runs in 13 overs.
As the run out was complete, it was all beautiful. The celebrations from the Malawi Queens, oh beautiful. The keeper there with the dance, Angela Lumbe, right hand bat. We'll see her with a bad more of that. But for now, this is how things did fare. The stats for you, Davis Karashan, take us through those ones.
Well, not much at the top of the innings there, but Clara got 204. Abo got 8, who was one of the better scorers for them. The captain, Kelly Fulai, did not trouble the scorers. Doris got 14, a good knock from her. Kelly got about just 1 of 3. Elizabeth got 2 of 8, not much from her Precious. But it's that youngster there, Mosa, who is 3 not out. Other than that, not much right home about in the scorecard. They're just one batter actually getting to double figures. Cameroon bowled out for just 42 runs in 13 overs. Pick up the bowlers there. Is the youngster Bridget picked up 4 wickets, considered just 5 runs in 3.4 overs, together with Richard, who gave that team a very good start, picking up 2 wickets in the first over, considered just 10, making light work of that attempt of Cameroon to try and get a decent score. 42 runs they were bowled out for. Second inning, Malawi will require just 43 runs to pick up a victory early on in the tournament. Do stay with us as we take an innings break.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, yes, still good morning. Welcome to the Pearl of Africa, Uganda, and we're at the lakeside over here in Entebbe. Match the number one, game number one of the ICC Women's Under 19 T20 Africa Division 2 qualifier, coming to you live from Uganda. Uganda not part of the party, but I tell you what, Cameroon and Malawi are getting things started here, and it's going to be heated because the chase is on. If 42 was ever number, 43 is the magical number for Malawi. It's what they need to pick up a big victory here on the opening day. The battle between Central Africa and West Africa, very much alive. I'm not alone in the comms box. My name is Innocent Daula, and I am a prince. I'll give myself the flowers, but I've got even a better person. A princess is with me in the comms box. Naomi, the princess, Bagenda Kayondo. Good morning. What did you make of the first innings?
Good morning, Innocent. Happy to be back in the comms box. Well, the first innings were interesting. We're not certain what to expect with the two teams, but it's been exciting. We've seen some fielding glitches here and there, but we've also seen constant motivation on the field for the Malawian fielders at that time. But the Cameroon ladies also taking those quick singles and only able to get to the 42-run mark, which Malawi now will have to chase to be able to win this game.
Here is the first ball. Sakinatu, Foku, starts with the dot ball. Out there in the middle with the bat. Angela, Lumbe, and Sifiwe, Frank. Nice, beautiful names here. There's work to be done. Sakinatu starts with the dot ball. There she goes, trying to cut that one with a lot of power. But like they say, power is nothing without control. Angela Lumbe will do with the word all two to know that she's got to use some precision. Just get bat on ball. Look at the field, is very well spread for her. The fielders are hugging the 30-yard line, so the runs will come easily.
Foko delivers that one with a bit of flight, and Angela plays that to the square leg region. But the attempt to take the single, Angela sends back her partner, telling her we're not yet there to take that single because it was not safe.
There she gets the gap she's been looking for, and Angela Lumbe sizing it down nicely. They all scamper through for two. They are pint-sized batters, the two Malawi people, but they run very quickly between the wickets. They cut it off for two. Good work done. Ball there, she's stringing up the dot over. What I like about it is that she has been bowling straight. At this level, if you bowl straight, you give yourself a better chance, because every ball you bowl, you're asking the batters to bat. Chance for a run out, no bull's eye. Hesitation from the fielder. She's trying to throw hand in all at once, and she makes a mess of it. Sakinatu Mosa.
Delivered quite straight to Lumbe, who plays it down the ground, and I like the fact that she follows it up to pick that single. The Cameroon fielder there has been guilty of not trying to hit the stumps with an overarm throw. That underarm is a bit too slow to get that run out, but
the whites finally come, and there will not be one, there will be two. Those will take the score to 6. Of course, more flowers to the men standing out in the middle, to the two umpires. Isaac Oyeku, 46-year-old Kenyan, stood out in a 73 T20 eyes And Sharon Tula, the Uganda, on the other side. I like the shuffle across the stumps there. From the batter there, Sifiwe Frank. And she wants to go for a second. Her partner, Angel, says, don't come this way. You will find darkness. And they only take one. That will be the end of the over. And at the end of the first, the score is 7 without loss. All those enjoying our stream, I can tell you some news that Malawi won the toss and said, you guys go have a bat. And they did a fine job with the ball, getting them all out for 42. And in the first over, Malawi struck with 2 wickets. Right now, they are yet to lose a wicket, and they're milking the runs. The running between the wickets, between the two, Sifiwe Frank and Angel Lumbe, is nice.
Innocent. Angel Lumbe is moving back space to play point and cover region, comfortably taking those 2 runs. We've seen her do it in the first over, and she's done it on the first ball of the second over.
This time round, straight to the one in the covers. A little fumble, but never run off a misfield is the golden rule. And she'll go back to her ground. Lumbe and Sifiwe. She was trying to go for that shuffle across the stumps there. Akele Balbin Doris, the one with the ball now.
Angel looks very comfortable, being able to give her space the front to cut that ball, but also shuffling to deal with that a bit away from her.
The allure of quick runs there runs high in the adrenaline of the Malawi Queens. You can see every time they put bat on ball, they want to scamper for a run, even when there's no run. They're doing good things. The coach will be happy. From Cameroon.
As these players continue to improve, I would want to see Angela, who looks now a bit comfortable with 6 of 9, getting to the pitch of that ball. Akele seems to give it a bit of flight, but she hasn't used it very, very well.
And they are shuffle across the stumps this time round. They will scamper through for the first one. Do they get a second one? No, they don't. It's bias, as is indicated, win it. And they will not say it. Yes, I could see Morris Amolo Ouma, the coach, just holding back in his speech, just saying we're here to take it one game at a time, being very humble. Lisa opens for the senior women's team, and she's captaining this under-19 team. And she went to the ball, and everyone is asking her to throw it quickly back to the bowler. Foku.
It's good to see the energies of the players out there going pretty high.
There is the hit through the covers. One run is quickly. They want a second. They look at each other. There is a hesitation. And the throw is not very bad from the ropes for Team Cameroon. Yeah, Malawi get the two back in Malawi. Their president, Mr. Vivek Ganeshan, will be celebrating this victory because it's an important KPI for them to take. He's putting some big money. He's bringing people like Kyle from South Africa to coach the team. Other high-performance coaches who are working with the boys now, because the under-19 qualifiers coming through for the boys. There you go. A little fumble in the field, but the backup is good at the very end.
Well, Malawi putting on the finishing touches here. And trying to put some light distance between themselves and the rest of the chasing pack. You know, it's a very short tournament. You need to get as many points on the board as quickly as possible.
Talk about that, Davis. I also want to remind you that also chasing in quick time is very important. Many times we've seen these tournaments. Sometimes rain plays spoil sport, and sometimes net run rate does come into play. So whoever works early, works well, reaps the dividends.
Well, speaking about net run rate and the effect of net run rate in ICC events, I'll tell you a thing or two. My crystal ball says that today's T20 World Cup winner, New Zealand, got through that particular stage to get into the semis because of net run rate. They got a better net run rate than Pakistan. So that is just an indication of the significance of ensuring that you have a very healthy net run rate. Exactly what Malawi is trying to do here.
3 runs required for victory, Davis. I'll have to ask you, do you think it was fair? We can have this chat through the over break. Do you think it was fair for Pakistan to be fined for not playing up to the expectations of their board? I've never seen it in the world before, but I saw it and it went viral. What do you make of it?
Well, innocent, I like to put my best foot forward, so I like to stick to the cricket that is happening here at the Pearl of Africa. Uganda itself here happening in Entebbe. Game between Malawi and Cameroon, just one hit away. Malawi picking up the victory.
Caroline Mangulama in there as Akele comes through for another over. They've only relied on 2 bowlers here, Cameroon. Their tactics are pinpoint. There's no second guessing for them. The very best must bowl at the top. Beautiful shot, but straight back to the bowler, Akele, who will do very good fielding of our own bowling. We are in the evening of this first game. It's just a matter of time for Malawi celebrate. Flight on offer again. The bowling from Akele, nice. Look at this, running off a misfield. They survive. Look at the desperate dive from Caroline Mangulama. And look at this. Look at the celebration from the Malawi batters as they run off the field. It's the celebration, the bear hugs from the young Malawi Queens. Very happy. You could feel that they have won like a final. No pressure whatsoever. They win this one in quick time in the 7th over. Happy Women's Day to you, Malawi. You are victors of match number 1 here at the ICC Women's Under-19 T20 World Cup Division 2 qualifier. Davis, your reservations, your options, your notions about this game.
Well, I thought for me, Malawi came out all guns firing. They won the toss, a very important toss, elected to bowl first, and boy oh boy did they literally run Cameroon ragged, bowling them out for just 42 runs in just about 13 overs. You felt that they did a decent job, and in response they came out, they were very aggressive with the opening combo and managed to win with not much trouble. finishing it off in 6.4 overs. So they've done two things for themselves. They picked up valuable points early on in the tournament, but also picked up a very important net run rate for them, making light work of Cameroon. Malawi are quickly on the board with winning points. Be hoping to take it. But great to see the excitement in the youngsters out there. That is usually the point, especially for young athletes. It's key for them to look to enjoy any opportunity they do have to play this game. So we thank the ICC for allowing the youngsters, the young lady cricket players, this opportunity to play in this kind of events. We'll be hoping to get a couple of highlights. I'll give you a bit of how the batters. Well, Malawi win by 8 wickets, but just to give you a quick sighter of what the batters did out there, they were led by Angela Lum, the young wicketkeeper, got 27 of 28. Frank did not trouble the scorers, neither did Stella. She got just 2, but Caroline Mangulamo was able to stay there with as they put on the Malawi their first victory on match day number 1. Malawi winning by 10. Do
Good afternoon. Welcome to the post-match presentation for the first game of the Under-19 T20 World Cup Africa Division 2 qualifier, where Malawi played against Cameroon. I would like to interview the Cameroon captain, Chris Ate.
Hello.
Captain Chris, hard luck about today. How did the game go?
Well, the game was good. We played well. It was our first match, so I know we did well, but in the next matches we hope to do much better.
Okay. What lessons have you picked from the game this morning?
Well, we need more concentration and we need to have our self-confidence.
Okay. Good luck in the next games.
Thank you.
Captain Team Malawi, Favor. Congratulations about the win.
Thank you.
What were the positives that you've picked from the game this morning?
From the game, I picked some positive tips. My team, firstly, we are not working together, and then we believe in ourselves, and we started working as a team, and then off we go and win.
Okay, congratulations.
Thank
and
you.
very well played.
Thank you.
The player of the match award will be given out by Madame Christine, Madame Evelyn, the CEO of Cricket Uganda, and the player of the match is Bridget. Please come and receive your award, picking 4 wickets this morning. Thank you very much, Madam CEO. Bridget, congratulations for picking 4 wickets.
Thank you.
What was your experience in the game this morning? What was your experience in the game this morning?
Inali bwino ndipo ndasanga mena nandibasa moyo obola ndayugisa ntchito moyo mwana nandibasa obola.
Okay. Anyone to dedicate the award to?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much. Very well played, Bridget.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. That is the post-match presentation.
Thank you. Okay, wait. Wait, they take one photo of you. No. Oh, no more. Go with the videographer there.